Hey everyone, and welcome to the Crafting Corner. It's been a while since the last episode where I taught you how to make one of the Ductile Creations blocks, so I figured I'd make another video, this time talking about how to make your very own duct tape pen holder. So from the very start, you're going to need some leftover duct tape rolls. Yeah, here at Ductile Creations we like to reuse, so we're going to stack up our duct tape rolls. Let's see, kind of a perfect match there. And we're going to get started. So as I said in other videos and most of my pages on the website, a lot of the pages I guess, is that I like to normally start excuse me, making my duct tape stuff using the gray original style duct tape. Unfortunately I don't have any. But I'm going to be sticking to, no pun intended I guess, sticking to white this go around for reasons I'll show you later in the video. So to start this project, all you have to do is take a piece of tape, sorry for that, apologize for the noise, just going to put it like this for now, something just long enough, okay, so that should be fine. In fact, hold on, it's actually been a little while since I've made an actual pen holder. Okay, cut this bad boy. It's like pull the entire board up with it. It's good, some good quality tape. Alright, and then what you're going to do is just lay it as flush as you can across both pieces. Press down. Okay. So now you have this, right? So next what you're going to do is just simply fold this part over. Takes a little work to make sure that all the ridges go down and it's not bumpy on this side. You can see it's kind of bumpy on the inside. That's okay, because you're not really going to be looking at the inside much. Sometimes what I'll do though, just to make it a little easier, is take my knife, cut into it, and just cut straight up. And if my knife was actually sharp, it would have cut through the entire thing in one go. And then it makes it just a little easier to push it over without any extra effort. So either or. So now you have that. So now we're just going to go around and do the rest. And there you have your duct tape tube part. So of course now I'm sure you're wondering, well okay, so we have a tube, but how does that work for pens? So you need a bottom part, right? So for me, I would like to, lay a little bit out, like that. Kind of measure about where you want it, or how long. Hold on. You want to measure it a little bit past the cup. There we go. Okay. So in this case, about 4 inches, a little over. It's actually a little less than that, but it's okay. Then you want to overlap. I'm going to overlap the tape, cut through, okay, there you go. And I like to make sure that I have, kind of a thick overlap. Doesn't necessarily matter though. Alright, so we flip the tape over so we have the sticky side up top. Alright, put this right over top here. And right over top there. So now we have a nice little sheet of tape with no sticky side. Okay, so now that we have our duct tape sheet, we're going to place our tube on it. We'll actually flip it and place it on. And we're going to very delicately cut around it and then tape it down to the cup. I'm just going to cut a few of these out real quick. Alright, so take this over. I always like to start at the corners, so you can feel around the cup where the surface where the cup is. Cut this. There we go. And don't worry about bending the tape. It'll be fine. And then cut that, and we're gonna cut this too. So now we have these two cut edges. Right? So I'm going to take our first piece of tape, line that up again, so fold that up, fold this up, and I wish I had more hands sometimes. And we're going to just tape that down. Simple, just like that. And it looks, of course, it looks a little rough now, but don't worry, we'll make it look nice and pretty. Alright, so then you just go around the cup and you cut out little tabs to fold over and tape down. Alright, so now we have a sheet full of these cut edges, and then you just go around and you tape the sides down, the tabs down. Hey, I just noticed something. Look, it's Cthulhu. That gives me an idea. I'm going to have to make a Cthulhu thing. That'd be pretty fun. Alright, so now we've got most of the tabs down, or all the tabs down really. So I'm just going to go around and see if there's any, you know, like, whoops, see if there's any lumps like this. It's a little bumpy there, so we'll cut out some more tape and we'll try to smooth that out as best as we can. So I'm going to pull back as hard as you can when if you go from the top to the sides, just make sure you push down as hard as you can. If you go from the side to the top, you know, again, just do the same thing. Shouldn't matter either way. Cool. So what I like to do, depending on, you know, what style of tape I use. If I use, you know, solid color, I'll do one thing. If I use like a pattern color, I'll do another. But because I don't like the way this looks at the bottom, even though you'll never see it, see I kind of have a cleaner one there. Okay, so what I'd like to do to cover this part up is just literally put a little piece of tape there. And then another piece right there. Let's flatten that out. So now we have a nice smooth bottom. That doesn't sound so good, but you know what I mean. We'll cut the tapes again, just cut all the way around. Alright, so now you have a much more flush looking base, which I think looks a lot better. But of course now we still have this ugly base of the tube to deal with. So what I like to do is take just a strip of tape and wrap it around. Now unfortunately, because of all the tape at the base, it's not going to sit flush. And there's several things you can do to fix that, and it, you know, depends on how much work you want to put into it. Let's see. Yes, like for me, it's clearly not lining up there, but that's okay. Because I can show you another trick to do, just to make it look a little more uniform. little less sloppy, which is to take tape and just kind of, line it vertically on the cup, like that. And what I would like to do, so I don't mess up the bottom, is cut ever so carefully along the edge. So now we have a little piece left over. But for the other side, doesn't matter too much. So I will overlap it like that, and just push it in, like I did initially to put the tape around the cup. That didn't sound good. Swear it was the tape. And then you just repeat the process for the rest of the cup. Okay, now that we've got it covered, just make sure everything is as flush and smooth as can be. Depending on how well you cut, hopefully you don't have these little jaggedy edges like I do, but that's honestly mostly due to the knife that I have. It's kind of dull, I need to replace it soon. And then you have a pen holder. Let's throw a few things in. Look, nothing falls out. Now, I'm sure as you're watching this, you can probably think of 1,000 different ways to do the bottom. And like, you could just put tape over the bottom, and that might actually be a little better in terms of controlling the thickness down here. But I don't like having the sticky part in there. I guess it probably doesn't matter to some, but I don't know. I feel like that'll just collect dirt and all types of unwanted things. You could also do the same thing, but instead of having the overlap be double-sided, it could also just be single-sided with the tape there. But hey, play around with it. It's honestly been a long time since I've made an actual pen holder, so it might be a little rusty myself. But they're fun to make. They're fun, easy things to do as long as you actually have some empty, cardboard duct tape tubes, or rolls, I guess. I like to keep them around because I use them for other crafts as well. For example, I don't just use these for pen holders, I've also used them as flower vases. Here's a few examples popping up on the screen right now. I've also used them in some of my both cosplay and just other duct tape crafts, like my Mega Buster and the Snake Man Buster. I also like to keep some of the empty rolls around for stands for some of my crafts. They make pretty good stands. You can barely even notice them with some of the things that I've made. I've also had a pretty fun idea to make a carnival game out of them. Saved them for years to make a goblet toss game, which I haven't finished, but here's a picture of the work in progress. Everything's put together. I just need to build a base and a stand for it. And in theory, you could play goblet toss if you're into that kind of thing. So I guess lastly, another project that I've been starting and I'm probably not going to finish for a while. I'm merging two of my crafts together with duct tape and perlers, and I'm sort of being facetious when I say that because I'm not actually just duct taping perler beads or anything. I'm kind of creating my own perler beads out of empty duct tape rolls. Here's a work in progress of what I've started. So if you can't guess, that's actually going to be a Mega Man perler sprite made out of duct tape rolls. Contemplated taking my goblet toss apart, but I've spent years making that, so I don't want to. But for this sprite alone, it's going to take over 260 duct tape rolls, empty duct tape rolls. So this is going to be a long work in progress, unless someone donates some to me, but I'm not asking that. So when I mentioned earlier that I'm using the color white for a reason, this is going to be cut up and put into that Mega Man duct tape perler sprite. And of course, don't be afraid to decorate and try different things with your pen holder. I've come up with a few different designs of my own, shown on the screen right now. Yeah, anything that you think might look good in cylindrical form, I guess, go for it. So that is how I make my duct tape pen holders. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave a comment down in the comment section. Also, if you have a request to see me make anything specific, feel free to leave a comment down below as well. So with that, as always, thank you for watching. So I think the problem isn't so much that, it's just that it's bent in a weird shape. I swear, it always goes well until you try to record. But it is what it is.